0-0 on 2.
0-0-2.
And off we go. And Schenk goes long with the double-handed backhand.
Side out.
So an early side out opportunity for Turkovic and Canyadell to get the first point. Good long, patient thinking exchange. Then a hands battle ensued. And it's Canyadell and Turkovic who came out the right side of that one.
1-0-1.
And they have a point on the board, but that serve goes wide from Turkovic. Canyadell on 2.
Sorry. Correction. Second serve.
Kissing the net on the return there, Alexa Schull. Schull comes out on top in that battle with Pep Canyadell. So side out. Schull on serve. And Schenk just looking to reset but goes wide. Put under pressure there. They move over to the second serve.
0-1-2.
Drive into the net from Schenk.
1-0-1.
So a little bit of back and forth in terms of serves at the start of this quarterfinal. And Schull just thinking that one into the net. It's a point for Turkovic and Canyadell. They get their second point. 2-0-1. And that third just goes into the net from Pep Canyadell.
2-0-2.
Canyadell, red. That play, Schenk not quite shuffling over to his right quick enough, leaving the gap. Canyadell sees the opportunity to get their third point on the board. Schull lacking a bit of patience that time, going for a speed up. And that speed up just went straight into the net. 4-0, Turkovic, Canyadell. But we've seen this several times here on Players Court. An early lead doesn't necessarily mean they are running away with victory. And a good move across the court from Schenk. Punches that one down the middle, gets the side out, and the opportunity to get their first point on the board. It's the second time Schull's looked to speed up to Canyadell. The first one went into the net. The second one went onto the paddle of Canyadell, and he just repelled it back straight past her.
0-4-2.
So it is over to the second serve of Schenk. Oh, and Alexa Schull that time. Good body position. Whips the forehand volley across court. Into the corner. And they have their first point on the board. This is a chance for them to start moving in this game. Schull forces the error off the paddle of Dominika Turkovic. They're now just starting to establish themselves in this quarterfinal. They've got 2 points on the board. Opportunity to get the third. Side out now. Just a nice little run though from Schull Schenk just to get themselves going. Opportunity for Turkovic and Canyadell to extend their lead. But Schenk disappoints himself there, giving a point away. And again, Schull looks to attack on Canyadell. And again, Canyadell comes out victorious in that little exchange. We've seen more success from Schull when she goes cross court. They're taking a timeout, and I wonder if that is something they are going to discuss at this moment. It isn't working. Speeding up to Canyadell. He is more than equal to that so far. Will Schenk and Schull change their approach? Or will they just look to do plan A better? As for Canyadell and Turkovic, they'll be very happy with their current position in this game. They lead 6-2. They have the momentum. They're winning the important exchanges at the moment. But that could change very quickly, of course. We have seen games in this position up all along this tournament.
15 seconds. Remaining timeout.
And we then see things change really, really quickly. Schull Schenk will be hoping this is one of those times. Turkovic on serve. And just wide from Turkovic. Schenk full of energy once again. He's receiving the second serve. And a mistake forced on Turkovic. Schull Schenk have the side out. They seem absolutely pumped and ready to get themselves back into this game. That was a little bit low for Canyadell to go on the attack there. Good bit of play from Schenk, forcing the error there. And we're seeing Schull be a little more patient on that side now. A couple of previous exchanges, she would have sped up onto Canyadell. This time they remain in the dink, and this time they get the error. So there is a slower approach to this game now from Schenk and Schull. That one just going into the net. It'll still be a second serve though. 2-point difference in this quarter final. That was a little bit like we saw earlier. Schull looking to speed up and pushing it into the net. A surprising choice given the success they were suddenly getting from remaining patient, from remaining in the dink. Good reactions from Schenk, but to no avail as Schull pushes that one long. Canyadell comes central. They both go to the side. And they're both in the perfect position to see that ball go wide. 4 eyes are better than 2 when making a line call. And it's Canyadell who just gets Schenk off balance and forces an error on the backhand side. Canyadell Turkovic lead this game 9-4.
9-4.
And a big slice of luck for Pep Canyadell as his drive kisses the net, trickles over into the non-volley zone. Neither Schenk or Schull were able to get anywhere near getting to that one. 6-point lead. Make that a 7-point lead.
Point. 3. 11-4. Time out. Change ends. 2 minutes.
So this game is a best of 3, and Turkovic and Canyadell have taken that game. Still opportunity for Schull Schenk to get back into it. Turkovic and Canyadell will be delighted with how they played in that one though. We saw Schull Schenk start to get a little bit more joy from going patient, staying in the dink, not looking to speed up. They probably need to do that a little bit more in this second game if they're to get back into it. So Dominika Turkovic is going to get this second game underway. They won the first 11-4. They only need to win one more and they will be in the semi-finals. It is up to Schull Schenk to do something here. That ball's in the air and it is pounced on by Aiden Schenk. That gets them the early side out and will give them confidence. Again, the patient game paying dividends. Didn't look to speed up, didn't look to go too soon, waited for the mistake and then punished it. Yeah, too much width there that time. Pep Canyadell guiding it round the post for the ATP. Second serve. Good pressure again from Canyadell. Gets the ball back onto their service straight away without any damage. Non-scoring side out. And that is a point to Turkovic and Canyadell. The ball going off the net cord. Schull Schenk opening the paddle face, punching inside out, finds the corner of the court. Oh, good hands from Alexa Schull. Canyadell went on the attack. Schull was sitting on that backhand, and she's punched that ball down the line. Side out. Opportunity for Schull Schenk. Big drive from Canyadell on the volley, targeting Schull. And he gets the rally in his favour, and it's a second serve. And Canyadell again taking control of this game, pinning the ball down to the toes of Alexa Schull. Non-scoring side out. Turkovic and Canyadell back in control of the ball. Good soft hands that time from Alexa Schull. Dropping it short. Turkovic unable to move to it quickly enough. Big smash. Schull Schenk leaping through the air. Inside out once again. Going across court. Schenk just calling for Schull to leave it. She responds, and they get the point. So 1-1 here in the second game of this quarter-final. Mistake from Canyadell. Second point on the board for Schenk and Schull. Again, patience. Patience is working for them. Just wide, Schull Schenk. Second serve, 2-1 on 2. Alexa Schull giving that everything. Great double-handed backhand, speed up. Great counter. And she comes out on top of that hands battle. It is a third point. They have a 2-point advantage now. They'll want to keep pushing on here. They need this game if they're going to stay in the tournament. That ball is deflected up off the net cord. And I think it clipped Canyadell on the nose. He's just rubbing it though. Not too concerned. No damage done. Only to the scoreboard. Good response from Dominika Turkovic. She's able to counter-attack. And Schenk pulls it wide. So an important side out here on players' court. Speed up, tags Alexa Schull. The second point on the board for Turkovic and Canyadell in this game. Are they going to start making a move? And it's Turkovic with the error, but they still have a second serve. 2 points behind in this second game. A reminder that Turkovic and Canyadell won the first one 11-4. foot fault and error. Which one comes first? Well, it's the foot fault. That is the first mistake in that. So that is the thing that is called. Ball's in the air. Great reset from Schull. Ball's in the air again. And one more time. And it's this time Turkovic slams it down the middle. Well, looking to get the ball back as quickly as possible to give themselves a chance to close this gap. And that is the same bit of the net that Schull clipped a moment ago. This time it goes up and over the paddle of Pep Canyadell. And it gives Schull Schenk a 3-point lead, 5-2. Driven into the net from Alexa Schull. Side out. So Turkovic and Canyadell trail by 3. An opportunity once again to narrow the deficit. That is nice play from Aiden Schenk. He was moving Canyadell from side to side, then pinned him down to the backhand, right down, jamming the paddle on the floor. Second serve. Go short. Comes off the net cord, lands in the no-volley zone. Chance for Schenk and Schull to add more points to their tally. That one is left by Turkovic. The ball goes wide. Second serve. No consistent run of points for a while for either team. Very back and forth in this second game. Canyadell with the error. Point for Schull Schenk. They lead 6-2-2. Got to get to 11, win by 2 in this to take us to a third. But it is a side out. Turkovic serves. And her third hits the net to her frustration. Canyadell goes deep. Schull and Turkovic going cross court. The space was there for the ATP. Missed by Dominika Turkovic. Unable to curl the ball back into court. So side out. Slice return this time. Reset off the net twice. Just round the post there, but gently from Schenk. Looks for some disguise. There's a lob. Great resets. Incredible point this. At a crucial time. And it's Schull who is unable to reset. Canyadell forces the error.
You have 6. They have 2.
Referee just confirming the score.
6-2-2.
6-2-2. As Canyadell gets up to the non-volley zone. Oh, and Turkovic just lent into that volley. Punches it into the nets. 7-2-2 on the serve of Schull Schenk. Turkovic goes down the line. Schenk stretching. Punches high and wide.
2-7-1.
Good 1-2 from Canyadell. Creates that triangle. Goes one side, then the other. Punches down the middle. Clips the paddle face. 3 points on the board in this second game for Turkovic and Canyadell. But Not enough lift on that third. Second serve.
3-7-2.
Speed up off the finger of Schull.
Point.
Goes wide.
4-7-2.
So 3 points the difference now. Schenk doing some good work there. Stayed central on that one, reading that the ball was going to come down the middle. He was able then to go straight back to Canyadell. Canyadell then punched wide. So that is a side out. Schull and Schenk are in the lead. They need to win this second game to stay in the tournament. And Turkovic just reaching in, going cross court, but getting too much purchase on that volley. Schull and Schenk have their 8th point on the board. They are 3 away from taking us to a third and final game in this quarter-final.
I got the ball lookout. So it's a point. Okay. 8-4-1.
8-4-1, call from the referee. Canyadell doing some great stuff. Unfortunately, couldn't stay out of the non-volley zone that time. Came back from one Ernie, tried to Ernie again, but couldn't find a way to not end up in that non-volley zone. So, 2 points away from a third game here. Just wide from Aiden Schenk. Second serve on the paddle of Alexa Schull.
9-4-2.
Goes down the middle on that serve. And it is a mistake from Turkovic. So, Schull and Schenk have game point here. Winning this point will put them into a third and final game. Timeout called by Turkovic and Canyadell. If that's just to break the concentration potentially of Schull and Schenk, it is a good move. Turkovic and Canyadell took this first game 11-4. Schull and Schenk lead 10-4 in the second. They will have an opportunity to serve for the game after this timeout. And of course, if they win the next point, they will take it to a third and final game for a place in the semi-final. And as the game behind us is now finished, the crowd are spilling over to see this fixture. Schull serving to try and give us a third game. Schenk coming all the way across there. Stretching. Unable to complete his move. So, side out. Turkovic and Canyadell on serve. Schull and Turkovic going cross court. Schenk coming central. Looks to go behind. Goes across. Foot fault called. Point to Turkovic and Canyadell. And that return goes long. So they have chipped a couple of points away. It's 6-10. We're still on the first serve. Schull pushing. Canyadell back, but he's up at the line. He goes for the speed up. Schenk drops the shoulder. The ball goes long. Second serve.
Second serve. 6-2.
Goes wide from Schull. Another point on the board. They are chipping away at this lead. They've won the last 3 points. It's now 7-10-2. Moves up to the line, gets another point. Canyadell just raising it over the last few minutes. Timeout called by Schull and Schenk. Turkovic and Canyadell's timeout has proven very effective as they've won the last 4 points since doing that. Schull and Schenk just taking a moment, looking to break this little run of momentum. They are still 1 point away from taking this to a third and final game. But minutes ago, they were in a much better position than they are right now. Turkovic and Canyadell are closing this gap quickly. 2 points difference. They'll need to get to 12 at least to win this game, given that Schull and Schenk already have 10 on the board. More people spilling in to see the conclusion of this second game.
Time in. 8-2.
That goes wide from Canyadell. So Schull and Schenk will have 2 opportunities now on serve to get that all-important 11th point. And it goes long, so we are going to have a third and final game in this quarter-final. Excitement here on Players Court. And I can tell you some results from the quarterfinals so far. Megan Fudge and Jack Monroe beat Ava Cabateo and Freddie Powell 11-2, 11-5. They are in the semi-finals where they will play the winners of this game that we are bringing you right now on Players Court. At the bottom end of the draw, Lauren Mercado and Drake Palm saw Mary Monson and Matthias Matasik 11-4, 11-4. They will play the winners of Rose Van Rieck and Richard Lemonese against Caitlin Hart and Jaden Broderick, which is currently still going on. We are closer and closer to knowing who the semi-finalists are going to be in the mixed doubles. But the action we are focusing on here on Players Court is going to be the third and final game between Dominika Turkovic, Pep Canyadell, Alexa Schull and Aiden Schenk. 11-4 to Turkovic Canyadell. 11-8 to Schull and Schenk. All to play for here on Players Court at the English Open 2025, brought to you by Elite Island Resorts, Antigua and Barbuda. This third game will shortly be getting underway. It could go either way. It has been a bit of a seesaw game so far. Tactical shifts from both pairs, causing effects and results. And the result that we have is that is a third game. First to 11, win by 2. And if you do that, you will be in the semi-final playing Megan Fudge and Jack Monroe.
Game 3, change ends at 6, time in 0-0-2.
This one is underway once again. Incredible bit of defensive work. Canyadell looking for the second ATP of that rally and fails. Schenk asking a question of the referee. I do not know what that question is that he is asking. Either way, It is a point on the board for Schenk and Schull.
Point. Sorry. Referee timeout.
Referee just taking a moment. Another question being asked. Unable to really tell you what is happening here. Alexa Schull and Aiden Schenk just jumping around at the back of the court, keen to move on with the action. Schenk was just checking with the referee that he heard a sound of paddle hitting the post of the net. They won the point anyway, but he was just asking for future, looking to really update himself on the rules of pickleball mid-game. Caused a little bit of delay here as the referee's gone away to confirm that unusual situation with a senior ref. Okay, so the fault is actually then called, but there's still the same outcome of the point being to Schenk and Schull. We are back in play in this third and final game. There's a lob. Oh, and well done, Aiden Schenk. He reached it. He put it down to the toes of Pep Canyadell, and he lifted that into the nets. 2 quick points on the board for Schenk and Schull at the start of this third and final game. Well left, Dominika Turkovic. Side out. A chance for them to get points on the board quickly and close the gap. Good hands, Pep Canyadell. The ball was sped up, a little bit like we saw in the first game. Looking to speed up on Canyadell, and the results were the same as in the first game. He wins that exchange. Big drive from Canyadell, clips the net and clips Alexa Schull. So that 2-point lead Schull Schenk generated has quickly disappeared. It is 2-2. And it's still on the first serve. Drop from Canyadell, pushes Schull back. And she then looks to go cross-court on that volley. Doesn't execute it, so another point picked up by Canyadell and Turkovic.
3, 2, 1.
And Schenk's return forces an error on the third from Turkovic. Canyadell, though, has the ball. And he puts a rare serve into the net. So it's a side out. Schull Schenk looking to get level and then see if they can get some kind of advantage going in this quarter-final, third and final game. Cross-court exchange. Speed up on Canyadell. And again, Canyadell wins that battle. Schull looks to speed up to Pep Canyadell once more. And once more, Pep Canyadell wins that little face-to-face. 2-3 on 2.
2, 3, 2.
Schenk serving. That's a great reach from Schenk. In the air. Took his time, waited, pushed it down the line. It would have been so easy to attack that quickly, but he gave him time to have all the options available to himself, and he chose the right one. That brings the scores level. It's in the air again. Great get. Canyadell and Turkovic. They're all at the line again. Oh, and it's Canyadell who blinks first. He leaned in. He went on the attack. He made the mistake. We can see again that when Schull and Schenk stay in the dink, they come out on top. Patience will be what takes the American pair through to the semi-final. And Schenk just drops his drop into the net, so side out. This game is still going back and forth. Neither team getting significant momentum of points on the board in any kind of batch. In the air. Nice inside out put away from Schenk. Made sure by dropping it shorter, there was no chance of Canyadell defending that one. Still loving the energy from Schenk at the back of this court. He wants this so badly, as all four players do, but Schenk is being the most vocal about it. And that one goes long. Look of disappointment on his face. 4 each here. And Turkovic makes the error. Side out. 4-4. Everybody watching this game now. The show court number 1 is emptied. Players and spectators alike are watching the climax of this quarterfinal. As Schull, just off balance, ball behind her, lifts that into the tape of the net. And that goes into the net as well. So a non-scoring side out for Schull and Schenk at a critical stage. We've got players still in the draw watching this game. Megan Fudge and Richard Livanese to my left. Eyes on this game. Livanese making his way through pizza, refueling. Didn't think to bring me any. But that's absolutely fine, mate. You're still in the competition. I was never in it in the first place. That doesn't make me any less hungry. Good reactions from Schenk. Oh, Canyadell goes on the speed up. He's going to regret that choice. He's going to regret that choice. Side out again. Non-scoring. Schull and Schenk with the ball on serve. Score is 4-4. Slight confusion here. Just gives the players a chance to take a moment. Deep breath. Schenk and Schull just exchange a quick low 5. Canyadell and Turkovic copy it. And Schull will serve. Here we go, patient thinking. Speed up again. Canyadell responds. Look close to the line. The game continues. There's a lob, and it's a good one from Schull. And we have the first tumble through the hoardings of the day. David Youngs was the first to do that on the first day of action. Pep Canyadell has also disappeared. We will just take a moment. Whilst everything gets put back in place, nobody is hurt. That was a fantastic lob from Alexa Schull. Kept it deep to the line, but kept it in the court. Canyadell doing everything he can to chase to the back. Tried to get it back up and over, and in doing so, disappeared through the advertising hoardings. There you go, Elite Island Resorts. All eyes are on your advertising as we speak. You'll be delighted with that, I'm sure. It will be a viral moment. But what moment are we going to get next? That was the point to Schull Schenk. They are on serve, 5-4 ahead. Go Central this time. Good speed up from Schenk. The difference being that time, the different angle. Canyadell's been able to read the ones coming straight from Schull and has dealt with those. Schenk had a different angle of attack there. Jams Canyadell up. The ball flies out of the court. It is 6-4 in this third and final game. And the players are just taking a moment. I believe they are about to change ends. They are indeed, as Schull and Schenk move to the top of your screen. And Turkovic and Canyadell take a slightly slower walk backwards. 2 points behind. Jack Monroe has joined doubles partner Megan Fudge. They are watching this game with interest because they will be playing the winners in the semi-final. Schull on serve. 6-4 on 1. 2-point advantage. First to 11, win by 2 in this final game shootout in this quarter-final. Schenk comes central, puts the ball back. Turkovic took a step back, then looked to speed up, and that speed up went into the net. Good movement around the court there from Aiden Schenk late in this quarter. And that dink goes into the net from Aiden Schenk. 7-4 on 2. Good hand speed from Aiden Schenk. He was established at the line. His hands were fast. And the ball goes into the corner of the court. They now have a 4-point advantage. And more importantly, the big momentum shift as they look to close this out. 3 more points needed. Good reset work from both players. They get to the line. Schull unable to get into position as Canyadell nutmegs her with that put away volley. So the ball is back with Dominika Turkovic on serve for 8-1. Speed up, defended. Back into the cross-court dinks. And Canyadell stepped in, drove to the backhand of Schull. Schull's backhand ended in the net. A 5th point on the board for Turkovic and Canyadell. They still trade by 3 in this third and final game. And Turkovic unable to lift that one. Second serve, Canyadell just having a momentary word of encouragement for his partner.
No, leave that.
Schenk saying to leave it. Schull doing as suggested. Side out. Turkovic taking that step back again. And that allows Schenk to really get forward, get it down to the toes of Turkovic. And they are now 2 points away from the semi-finals. But Canyadell is not giving this one up lightly. He has punched that down to the toes of Aiden Schenk. And it's a second serve. Still 2 points needed
9-5-2.
for Schull and Schenk. And that was one reset too many for Aiden Schenk. He did brilliantly in that exchange, but Canyadell eventually pinned him, and they have got the ball back in their hand. They are on serve 5-9 down. There is still life in this quarterfinal. Called in by Schenk. Good angle from Canyadell. 6 points on the board.
9-1.
Cross court shot from Schull goes wide. Canyadell gets vocal. Goes to take a wipe of his towel. He's still on serve.
Receivers.
Timeout called by Schenk and Schull.
1 minute.
1 minute. Just to reassess their thoughts. Schull goes over to speak to a coach on the sidelines. Schenk just walking down the side of the court. Pep Canyadell taking some advice on board from James Chowdhury. Dominika Turkovic just keeping moving. Also goes to listen in to what Chowdhury might be passing on. And Schenk has joined his partner on the opposite side of the court. All four players getting some information on board as we reach this critical stage in this doubles quarter final. A reminder, whoever wins this game goes on to play Megan Fudge and Jack Monroe in the semis. And we're going to know who that is in the next 5 minutes or so, you would imagine.
Remaining timeout.
This game has had a little bit of everything. Patient thinking, hands battles, players going through the advertising hoardings. What else could you ask for in this quarter final?
9-1.
Let's see how it ends up. Turkovic just readjusting her feet, does enough. Oh, and Schenk has forced the error. Second serve.
7-9-2.
And that's a well-judged leave from Schenk. Ball flying over his shoulder. Gets out of the way. They have the ball back. 9-7 on 1. Mistake from Schenk on the third. Canyadell and Turkovic still bouncing around every time something goes their way, and they need a few more things to still go their way at the end of this game. But it is not over yet. There is still life for them if they can just get the ball back in their hand on this occasion. Oh, well disguised from Dominika Turkovic. She held her position, she played it late, and she got the error she was looking for. They are back on serve, 2 points behind. And Schull pulls that two-hander wide as well. Suddenly, the momentum has shifted back in the favour of Turkovic and Canyadell. They are 1 point behind, but it feels like they could make a move now. And as I say that, Canyadell just misses that drive. Clips the net, but they still have a second serve. Ball pops up to Canyadell. He drives it at the body of Schull. They take this game level. First to 11, win by 2. It is 9 each. This could not be closer. Schenk with the error. He looks down at the court in disappointment. We have game point to Turkovic and Canyadell. They had the first opportunity to get themselves into this semi. And it is over. Canyadell and Turkovic calling that ball long. Schenk looks distraught as his return was called out. And it is Turkovic and Canyadell embracing at the net. They will move on to the semi-finals to play Jack Monroe and Megan Fudge.